All right, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris and I'm here to bring you guys the high-rev perspective.
And my name is Josh and I'll be bringing the low-rev perspective.
Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Motiv Supra Sport, and I'm going to be comparing that to the 900 Global Vengeance and the Brunswick Alert.
And I'll be comparing it to the Radical Evil Eye and the Storm Bionic. These reviews will give us and you an idea of what these pieces look like going down the lane. At the end, we'll give our honest, unbiased review anywhere from nuts to trash. Today we are here at Bolero Mesa on a fresh house shot. With that being said, make sure to like and subscribe and we'll see you out on the lanes.
After seeing the Supra Sport go down the lane, this one was a little bit confusing just because I felt like the first couple of them off my hand felt like it wanted to be kind of weak in the front part of the lane and somewhat quick to friction, but it also felt like it didn't really want to change directions and it wanted to be strong and kind of chuggy, which I typically see with Motiv equipment is that more slower, like chuggier shape. But this one felt like it really kind of wanted to be a little bit quicker, but also still had that really slow shape. I really didn't even get comfortable until I moved left and hit the ball as hard as I possibly could. If I was left and just kind of kept it with my same rev rate, it didn't really want to blend the friction the right way. Felt like if I was too far left and I missed left, it was never going to hook. So I really needed to increase my rev rate and really hit it and make the ball want to start up a little bit sooner. So now I'm going to go ahead and throw the 900 Global Vengeance and see how that compares. So with the first shot with the Vengeance, I tried to stay in a similar zone where I found good ball reaction with the Supra Sport, and you can tell how much more kind of stronger core and more forward of a shape that the Vengeance is. Pocket 710, so I definitely need to play a little bit further to the right and kind of use the friction. It's not going to be as quick to friction as the Supra Sport, and it's going to be a little bit more rounded and more full going through the pins than the Supra Sport. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw the Alert and see how that compares. So to me, the Alert is definitely a little bit closer to the Supra Sport than the Vengeance was. Definitely think that the Supra Sport, I would think fits somewhere in between the Alert and the Vengeance. I think the Alert, I could play a similar spot, but I feel like it was just a little quicker to friction down lane. To me, I feel like the Supra Sport just wanted to be a smoother off the end of the pattern, didn't quite change the directions as much, and wanted to be like a fraction earlier than the Alert. So to me, the Supra Sport, I feel like fits a somewhat niche spot. Like, I wouldn't think that this fits in like the benchmark kind of category. I feel like it is a little bit too weak, especially in the front part of the lane, to be considered benchmark, though to me I feel like it is a little bit of a niche spot. Ball reaction was okay. I feel like once I got comfortable and moved left, the ball reaction was pretty good, so I feel like it's going to be pretty good at kind of what it does, but I don't know how versatile it's going to be. Probably going to put this in the Met category. With the last few shots, I feel like this actually can be pretty good, so kind of like in between Met and Fire, but to me this is definitely going to fit in the Met category.
Just threw 10 shots with the new Supra Sport. This ball for me was definitely a different type of shape I've seen go down the lane. Definitely a little cleaner through the fronts, but still had a smooth down lane reaction. Kind of remind me almost, I would say almost like a Primal Ghost, but just a little weaker, more down lane motion. I felt like it looked better the further left I got. It didn't look bad right, but I just felt like that I trusted the shape more when I was further left. I also felt like I had more miss room in that part of the lane, but I did feel like that was sort of a lane thing where just right was just kind of not it for kind of with every ball. Overall, really like the way this ball shaped going down the lane, and again, just felt like it was one of those cleaner options where once there's a definitive friction spot, like this ball, you can kind of get left with it and throw it to that spot. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Radical Evil Eye and see how it compares. Just threw 5 shots with the Radical Evil Eye. This ball for me felt like it was a little bit earlier, a little bit more forward and stronger, just front to back. I did feel like I had to be more around it just to get the ball through the fronts, because if not, it wanted to really kind of hook, stop, and roll very forward just because it was burning up and losing all of its energy in the front part of the lane. So once I moved a little bit left, shaped it a little bit more, and got it to get through the fronts, it allowed the ball to shape down lane. Looked pretty good, but definitely a ball up from the Supra. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw Storm Bionic and see how that compares. This ball felt a little bit earlier, however, I did feel like the down lane shapes of both the Supra and the Bionic were kind of similar. I did feel like the Bionic was a little bit more tumbly, where the Supra felt like it was just a little bit quicker responsive to friction. But for what's out there right now, I feel like both of them gave me good shapes. For me as a straighter player, I'd probably trust the Bionic just because I felt like it gave me a little bit more misrooms in both directions. Final thoughts on the Supra Sport. This ball just was a little bit different. Like I said, it was kind of clean, but still had like a forward strongness shape to the ball. And for me, this one I feel like is in between categories, but I'm gonna rate it a fire. I do feel like this ball is gonna perform better when there's just a little bit less volume, kind of the medium to lighter type oil patterns, but I still feel like it's gonna be a smooth enough shape off friction to where you can really predict what it's gonna do.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video useful, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.